about being read your Miranda rights just in conjunction with when the law enforcement first gets there or when they decide that they're going to detain you. Those two things are not related. You don't want to help them. Normally you can't explain your way out at this point that you're already being taken into custody. And they like for you to talk, even if you're lying, they like to have a statement because then they work against that statement. So make sure and say, I would like to have my lawyer present to be questioned and exercise your further right to be silent. Miranda versus Arizona is a case in which the defendant Miranda was convicted of murder. However, he was questioned over the course of 2 days, and that confession was later thrown out, although it had been typed. And within that typed statement said, I voluntarily submit this statement and I verify it's true. But since he didn't have any of the benefit of knowing his rights before that statement was taken, that was thrown out and he was retried later. So your Miranda rights are sometimes written on a card that law enforcement will have handy, and they should also have one of these available in Spanish language, and you are entitled to receive the rights in the language that you speak. The first one is you have the right to remain silent. The second is anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right at this time to talk to an attorney and have him present while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you, and you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Those are the rights. That's what will be read to you. And next comes the waiver. Knowing these rights, do you wish to speak with us? So you can be read the rights, but without waiving those rights, the statement still should not be admissible. A Miranda waiver cannot be implied. It cannot be ambiguous. So if they say, do you wish to waive those rights and speak with us, and you're silent, that cannot be a waiver. And if you say, that's ambiguous, that should not be a waiver. First of all, you need to exercise your Miranda rights. But if you're an attorney working on the case, you need to see what was the answer there. Did they say, sure, I guess, go ahead? And those would be interpreted as proper waivers, and then likely whatever is said after that will be admissible in the case. So what triggers a Miranda warning is, does that officer want to interrogate you? Interrogation involves you being in custody and you being questioned with guilt-seeking questions. So can a police officer arrest you without ever questioning you? Yes. They may not have any questions for you. They may just say, are you so-and-so? Turn around, put your hands behind your back, you're coming with us. The fact that you're being arrested does not trigger Miranda. So turn around, put your hands behind your back. Where were you on the night of so-and-so? Do you know so-and-so? Whose bag is this? What's in this bag? Things that are guilt-seeking questions about the crime that they're there to investigate, those would be viewed as interrogation. There are other lines of questioning known as investigatory questions. Those questions don't trigger Miranda warnings. And so if you find yourself in that situation, make sure that you have an attorney that you trust, that you can call, that can be there with you to represent you.